Hello. Today I want to talk about something parents notice all the time, but often don't know how worried they should be. It's that always open mouth posture in kids, or what many people call mouth breathing. Let's dive into this gently and see what's really going on. You've probably heard people say, mouth breathing is bad for kids. It's a phrase that spreads quickly and it sounds very serious. But when we repeat it without context, parents can end up feeling anxious without understanding the full picture. For example, imagine a child watching cartoons on the couch. They're relaxed, their shoulders are down, and their mouth is slightly open. A parent sees this and suddenly thinks, oh no, is this going to affect their face shape? I've heard this exact worry so many times. And honestly, the worry is understandable. So let's unpack this in a calmer way. The general idea behind the warning does have logic. Mouth breathing can influence how the jaw develops. The very simple version is when a child breathes through their nose, their tongue usually rests on the roof of the mouth. And that tongue pressure helps guide the upper jaw outward and forward. It creates space. Kind of like how placing books neatly on a shelf helps everything stay in shape. With mouth breathing, the tongue often drops down. This reduces that gentle upward support. Over a long time, and I mean years, not weeks, this can affect how the upper jaw grows. That's where concerns about narrow arches or crowded teeth come from. But here's the key part that often gets missed. Not every open mouth moment means the child is a chronic mouth breather. Kids zone out. They relax. They slouch. They forget. Sometimes an open mouth is just an open mouth. It's like adults leaving the fridge open for a second. Not ideal, but not a sign of doom. The real question is, can the child breathe through their nose when they try? If the answer is yes, then we're usually dealing with a habitual posture, not an airway problem. And habits can be guided gently. Pressure is not required. But if the answer is no, or the child snores, sleeps with their head tilted back, or wakes up tired, then it's worth exploring nasal issues. Things like allergies, enlarged adenoids, or chronic congestion can make nose breathing hard. And when breathing becomes difficult, kids naturally choose the easier route, which is the mouth. It's not a flaw, it's survival. Parents often feel torn between, I don't want to ignore this, and I also don't want to obsess over every little thing. Both feelings make complete sense. It's a confusing space to be in. So here's a practical way to think about it. Not perfect, but useful. Instead of focusing on the mouth open itself, focus on opportunities for nose breathing. Moments like reading, coloring, or getting ready for bed. You can gently remind them, let's try nose breathing together, which feels more like teamwork than correction. Small, steady reminders build awareness without stress. And if you suspect nasal blockage, checking with a doctor or ENT can give clarity. Clarity reduces worry, and reducing worry helps everyone breathe a little easier. No pun intended, but maybe a little. So what's the bottom line? Mouth breathing can influence facial growth over many years, but occasional open mouth moments won't reshape anything overnight. The goal isn't to monitor your child like a hawk. It's to gradually support nasal breathing and understand the why behind the habit. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. If your child sometimes has that mouth open look, you're not alone, and it's not a reason to panic. Gentle awareness goes a long way. And kids usually respond best when they feel supported, not judged. Thanks for listening.